Peace, peace, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Vad Kennels podcast. This is episode two. We've recorded one episode for the beginning of the year, and like I said, I'm gonna pretty much stay consistent and start going live a bit more, just to build with my community, the A.P.B.T community to be exact, and just to get my insight, but also just to chop it up with fellow dog men who love these dogs and this prestigious breed like I do. Today we got a very, very special guest, someone that I've had the pleasure of actually building with, and I look forward to meeting acquaintance physically and personally. We're in the same state, so Georgia boys stand up, DSGB, you know how we do. Anyway, this brother goes by the name of Casino Life Kennels, and he's making some really good moves and power moves, and just watching them. And I need you all to tune in to his page and check him out. I mean, you can see the dedication, you can see the love, and you can see just his vision and what he's trying to do with his particular line of APBTs. But without further ado, I'll bring him on and let him tell you his story.
What's up, man? What's going on, brother?
What's up, King? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother.
Oh
How
man, it's
about
all
you?
good, man. I'm doing well as well. Hold on for 1 minute. Let me change this backdrop. Let
All
me
right.
see if I can change that for a moment. Let's see. Let's see if we can change that. No, we're gonna go ahead and leave that. It's cool. What's been up, man? How's your day going?
Man, it's going good, man. I just had to hurry up and get back in here, because I had to yeah, man, I was picking up some pine straw for my dad, had dropped it off over there. So man,
Got you, got you.
I couldn't miss the show, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. And I know it's when I reached out to you earlier this week, man, just to extend that invitation out. I appreciate you for actually taking that on and taking this time out your busy schedule to actually sit with me and build with me. It won't be too long, but I wanted to actually just see you and talk to you, as I know we spoke on the phone, but we've yet to meet each other physically and personally. But that'll be very soon, especially at this upcoming dog show that's coming up. But
Mhm.
me as a dog man, first and foremost, I want to say that I'm a fan of what you're doing. The short period of time that I've seen your page and I've seen your grind, I could do nothing but just say, now that's someone who loves his animals and he has a vision for what he's trying to do. And I felt it was just imperative that I bring you on to, for one, give you flowers and salute you for what you're doing, but for two, allowing you to actually spread your network and stretch your tentacles to a wider audience and let them know who you are and just why you're dealing with this particular line of dogs.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I really do, bro. Like, I appreciate, what I'm saying, all the kind words and from everybody too at the same time too.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? My name Casino Life Prez. Name of my the name of my Kindle is Brick House Performance, and then like Brick House Performance is like that's the company, what I'm saying, that I'm creating. And the McNabb dogs, that's the name for my dogs. I like to put my last name on my dogs because what I'm saying, it's something I stand behind. Like, what I'm saying, I ain't that's my real last name. My dogs is like part of the family. So, everybody in your family got your last name. So all my dogs, the McNabb dogs, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That make a lot of sense because I was going to ask you that too. I was like, okay, because I see on Instagram you got Brick House Performance, and then on YouTube I see Casino Life, and then I see McNabb, and I was kind of in my
Confused.
mind, yeah, I was kind of no, I was alluding to the fact that I think the last name McNabb is possibly his last name, and he's attaching it to the dogs.
Yeah.
But you already just conveyed that, so that makes sense. Definitely.
Yeah, and Casino Like Prayers, that's just been my name forever. Like, so my YouTube channel, I didn't create my YouTube channel just like I created my YouTube channel long before I even had American Pit Bull Terriers. It's just I just uploaded on my that's my only YouTube. So it's just, like I mean that's what people know me as, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so, it's confusing to some people though because it's you see so many names. But yeah, it's Brick House
It's all
Performance, and then my animals
okay.
is McNabb dogs. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I got
Got
two separate of those because Brick House Performance is more than just my dogs. It hasn't grown to what I. It's not even. It's just a baby. Like I look at businesses like babies. You know what I'm saying? You raise them up to a certain point, and they become grown businesses, and they can really operate on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to have
Right.
programs for all working dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like I eventually want to have a place where you can bring your working dogs. We can get them conditioned for like confirmation show competitions and everything like that, and
Awesome.
like
Awesome.
specialize in whatever we specialize in. Like if you bring me your dog, because you know a lot of dog men work a lot, and it's hard for them to really accomplish what they trying to do with their dog. You know what I'm saying? They might go to a competition and feel like they underperforming, like like a treadmill race or a weight pull. You could bring them with us, but not yet. I ain't. This is what the plan is for the future. You be able to bring them to me. I get them conditioned. Like if it's treadmill race, I got a diet for that. I feel like that work best for that. If you're doing weight pulls, a separate diet for that. Definitely, separate training for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. It's just the beginning, though. You know.
It's, I mean, you know what? But it's, you know what's interesting. You said that because I've been on that too, as far as the conditioning aspect, and not only that, but providing that service. So that's something that me and you gonna build on, because I want to actually juxtapose my ideas with yours, and maybe me and you, we can actually kind of align ourselves and do that together. I would like to probably partner up with you in that. You know, that's for another discussion, something more personal. To be honest with
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you. Hey, but you mentioned something. You say before you had a casino life the page before you had the dogs. That makes me allude to the question of what made you decide to get into dogs, and preferably like the type, like the topic, the title, the topic, or the topic of discussion is why the APBT. Why did you choose this particular breed of dog to get into out of the vast, majority of dogs that's out there?
Well, I've had dogs for a long time. I just didn't know anything about bloodlines and things like that. So, like once I found out about that, and I ain't gonna lie, it all started with one dog named Canelo. Well, the reason I like APBTs is because it's the dog that remind me of my personality. You know what I'm saying? It really,
Mm,
and also it remind me of being an African American in America. You know what I'm saying? Like like the pit bull and African American, they get looked at the same way by the public a lot of times. And so I always gravitated towards them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man,
right,
everybody feel like this dog is whatever, all the different stigmas they put on the dog. I mean, African Americans, we get the same thing a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? So
right,
I just felt like it's my duty to put them in a positive light, the same way I like to put myself in a positive light. I like to be well spoken. I like to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm real. I stay conscious of how I'm dressing in public and everything because I know what come with being an African American man. I also know what come with being an American Pit Bull Terrier. So
right, right,
I always love them dogs. But once I found out about actual bloodlines and things like that, because I didn't know about that stuff. Not it probably maybe 4 years ago, 4 5 years ago. I didn't know about bloodlines and pedigrees and everything like that. And once I got introduced to that, I I locked in. Like I studied it. I studied it. I got mine. And then shoot, it all started with Canelo and Jewel. And Canelo at this point he world famous. And but I always knew he was gonna be that. Like to be honest, like humbly, humbly I always knew he was gonna be that because when I seen him as a puppy, I was looking around and I was like, that was the reason I went to my first confirmation show because I'm like, man, I'm finna go win this, bro. Because I'm looking at my dog grow up. I'm looking at him. I'm like, man,
yeah,
this dog is crazy. Like, look how look at him. You know what I'm saying?
right,
That's how I felt. So I was like, man, I went out there. I went to North Carolina. I went to the Tom Garner show,
hmm.
and I won best of show. I won best puppy. I won best 9 to 12 month male. And ever since then, it's just been up. You know what I mean?
Was that your first show you ever attended?
Yeah, that was my first show I ever attended, man.
Oh man, that's a blessing. Then that's a
And I
blessing.
ain't know nobody. I ain't know nobody. So uh, I'm saying that to say because you know how people be talking about, man, I don't want to go to them confirmation shows. They be rigged. It be favoritism and all that. Man, I didn't know nobody out there, bro. And I won best of show. That's the most prestigious award you can win at a confirmation show. So
Hmm.
hey, I encourage everybody to go get involved with it because it's not what y'all think it is. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna judge fairly. They're gonna judge fairly.
It's interesting you say that because man, I'm listening to you and I'm like, wow, it's it's something when you got a vision for something, but and you think you have these thoughts on your own, but I'm listening to you from the conditioning aspect to even how you consider the APBT and why you got into them, because I parallel your thought in that process. I always considered the pit bull to be stereotyped in the dog world as the ends of the dog world. You know how what I'm saying? Like they just get a negative stereotype, and that's one of the attractions to them to me. I mean, for me as well, because I just feel like from a performance standpoint, there's very few dogs that can actually measure up to a real solid APBT, and it matches my personality, likewise yours. But to go to the dog show aspect, it's funny, man, because my first dog show too, I attended before. I took my dog, and I didn't really know what to expect. All I know is that I work my dog the best I can, and and I do what I do. And likewise, same with me. He won best in show. He won first in conditioning, and then he turned around and won second place in over judge's choice. And
Mhm.
that was a battle between another dog where he could have actually won first place, and that was judged by Gary Hammonds, and he actually came to me afterwards and told me that it was a very tough decision, but
Also, yeah.
so I know what it is. So for that being my first outing, when I went to receive those same type of accolades, and you saying that you received those same accolades as well, it kind of like what it does. It puts a battery in your pack. You like whatever you wasn't feeling and was feeling. What you was feeling was like inducing what you wasn't feeling. You just had a whole new gust of emotion. Like, you know what? I'm about to go hard at this now. I'm about to really, really do this. So
Yeah.
I think with that being said, that probably sent you on a journey of getting more dogs because I see you on the road trips, boy. I see you.
I appreciate it,
I
bro.
see I
I,
see you on the
I feel like
road
that's the best way to do it, bro.
trip.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes,
and the
sir.
reason I put it out there, and I had to take down the one from Texas. I just took it down today, but I'm finna
For real.
re-edit it, and you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I can't tell every reason that I had to take it down, but I got to edit it and edit some things just for everybody different privacy and stuff like that.
I got you.
So
I got
I'm gonna get that back up. But yeah, bro, I just feel like not only this road trip, but it's just important to put it publicly because I feel like I'm motivating people to to do better with what they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
you. You
believe in
are.
your dogs, believe in your
You are.
yard. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it need to be televised like the same way other breeds is. Man, don't be ashamed of your dogs, man.
Yeah.
Look up the laws of where you live at. As long as you inside them laws, man, them folks can't mess with you like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So
It's
just
it's something I seen too. Not to cut you, I saw a short, one of your shorts today, and I thought it was so impactful to see that. I actually responded to that too. It was what you was holding up your female dog, and I think it was like you were saying something about the love, and
mhm.
people don't realize how important that love is, man. Like genuine love. I mean, letting that emit from you to the dog. You can get that dog to do so much with just showing proper love. You know what I'm saying? That dog knowing that its love is being appreciated and all other things that come with it as far as the keep and everything, the well being, the feed. And I could see that you putting that work in and that time in. I just love to see it because that's something I take very, very serious. You know what I'm saying? With my dogs as well. So man, I saw that and I was like, damn, I gotta mention that to him today. 'Cause I
And I
thought
can
that was
tell
dope.
you, like, I was looking at your yard too. I've been looking at your content too. I can tell you love your dogs too. You know what I'm saying? You ain't slacking on
Yeah,
no. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You ain't slacking at
yeah.
all. So you know what I mean?
That's one
Which
of
is
the
good.
reasons why I can't. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of inconsistent with coming live because man, I'm in the yard all the time, bro. And if I
Yeah.
ain't in the yard, I got other businesses going on. I see you got a microphone in the back of you. You got a studio or something going on back there.
I mean, I do got a studio, but
You
to
do
be honest,
music.
it ain't never been nothing done on this microphone, man.
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
was like I don't know what I don't know. I
I
bought a
see you got a
studio and then I never used it, bro. It just sitting here.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I got too. I do a little studio work. I engineer, do all that other stuff. So when I'm not working with artists and doing all kind of other promotional stuff I got going on, it's these
Yeah.
dogs, man. And then I got quite a bit of land and keeping that up, the upkeep of that, and then making sure the dog's healthy. Shit, I ain't got time to be on YouTube all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
That's
when I
why I
get
be
off,
making content
yeah,
instead of going live as much because just it don't take no time for me to because every time I do content, it's something I was already doing. Like this,
you're
all you
right,
gotta do is press record right quick and then what I'm
exactly,
saying, upload it and
exactly,
keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's important to put it in 4K HD, man. Like showing what we doing with
yeah,
these dogs and motivate people to get out there and do things with their dogs, man. Like I want everybody like the effect that it's having is. is what I wanted. I'm not wanting to like just shine on everybody. Like I want everybody to shine together. Like man, if you see me doing that, I hope people just start doing the same thing. Cause if everybody is showing their dogs in a positive light, maybe we can lift up some of this stereotypes and stuff like that. Because the breed that we dealing with is an amazing breed, bro. Like it's unfortunate for people to like try to stick them dogs in just a box. Like they not versatile. They can't like they stupid or something. Like they can't learn. You know what I'm saying? Like I salute everybody what they got going on with their dogs. Like some people training their dogs, like obedience training, and some people going confirmation shows. Some people like the athletic competition at the competition at the confirmation shows. Um just all type of I mean, it's all type of stuff you can do with these dogs, man. So I just want people to explore that and don't feel like you gotta hide your dogs just because of the stereotype on them. Like, man, you gonna have to stand on it, bro. Like we gonna have to stand on our breed or they could go extinct, bro. Because you know, if ain't nobody gonna stand up for it, it is like you know what I mean. It's just gonna go away. Like I noticed, like when they be passing these laws and stuff, I don't see dog men going to the courthouse steps. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
trying to have it like that, man. Like if they try to make a law that's gonna affect me and my breed, man, I want everybody to feel confident enough to come out there, suit up, and come out there and stand up for the breed, bro. Like that's what it is, man. Like
So
I
why
don't
you
want this. Hmm?
that's a good thing. Just to add to it, why do you think we don't have any dog men that's actually going to try to push different legislation that's going to actually work in favor of the breed?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I mean,
Do you think it's fear of some form of exposure in the sense of like, okay, a dog man going out there, so now they're on the radar. Like let's see, check their yard or something. Do you think that that can be a possible situation?
but that go back to what I was talking about. You check the laws in your area and abide by them. Then it's like what you got. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you got over the allowed limit of dogs, get your paperwork. Get your
I
paperwork
I
where you
agree.
can do it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I
Like just
agree.
get right. Just get right, bro. Don't treat these dogs like it's just something you could just throw away, bro. Like, man, we need to pay attention to the laws, get your stuff together, get your yard together, and at that point, it ain't nothing they can do. And then once you if we unite, you know, and I'm not saying that like something going on right now. I don't know about nothing. I'm just saying like if the
Right, right.
situation come up, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have no problem coming together and standing on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I totally agree. That's something I've been screaming since I've been into the dogs. But from OGs to newcomers, it just seems like this our particular community is more individualistic than it is cohesive. You know what I'm saying? Like when you mentioned, like say the bully breeds and the Malinois, everybody who got a community, they seem to be a little bit more uh it's more solidarity with them. When it
mhm.
comes down to this particular breed of dog, everyone seems to be more like compartmentalized and is individual, and there's no one wants to really come out of their chain spot. I like to say we sit in our chain spots too, like the dogs. Nobody don't want to come out their chain spot, and speak up for the dogs. But yet they're steady pushing laws and everything else to actually really, like you say, endanger our ability to actually stand on these dogs, to maintain these dogs. And it's kind of getting to the point where just having a pit bull or an American pit bull terrier is like shit, almost like having a brick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's to that point. So it's like the importance of having your yard together, like you and me and you, not too far from each other, based on our conversation. So
Mhm,
I know what my county, what's required of me to actually stay in compliance with my county laws, and likewise, I'm pretty sure you do too, and
mhm.
that's important. But man, have your yard right at the same time, because one thing I can do, and I will do, is I won't be biased to, some of the discrepancies that take place with proper ownership of these dogs. I'm pretty sure you done seen some yards that's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah, for
Come on, this
sure.
shit is is despicable. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it's like, as much as I might have an abhorrence for the ASPCA or any type of unjust law machine that's trying to, violate, this breed, I kind of understand when I see a situation that they have to really interfere in, because look at the condition of the dogs, look how it's being kept, and that gives a negative light on ownership like what you exhibit, like I exhibit, and many other dog breeders and people who have good pages. They show their dogs in a positive light. It's that one negative situation that'll mess it up for everybody, man. So it's just you gotta be on point with your dogs, man. I say that all the time.
And
Having
that's
proper,
why that's
yeah.
why I feel inclined to basically, for lack of better term, pop my shit, bro. Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's
sir.
like,
Yes,
bro,
sir.
look at my yard, look at your yard, bro. But
Yes,
not saying
sir.
your yard can't be like that. Get it together, bro.
Get it together. Get it
Get it
together. And
together.
then and we should be a community where we should actually share dialogue. Like if I got an issue, like I seen you was saying you woke up and you was like, hey, y'all check the chain spots.
Right.
That's important. That's important. And people and all us should just we should actually come together. But hey man, let me go check my chain spot. Cause I'm glad Casinos mentioned that. He made me go check my chain spot. Cause I just talked to a comrade this morning, my homeboy in South Georgia with his dogs. His dog got out yesterday, killed all the chickens that they got on it, killed all his chickens, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Damaged herself and just messed the whole coop up and everything. So now he got to build it's something that took a year to do. It got destroyed within the night from his dog.
Hmm.
So it's like
Hmm.
that's the type of situations that we got to always be averting about because these dogs got a way of doing things, man. And they could be your best friend and also they could be like your worst nemesis.
Yeah.
When it comes to the keep, you know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
I get it, man. I get it for real, man. But not to venture too far off what the topic was. So you did kind of mention why you chose the breed, and I feel you, and I chose them for the exact same reasons. But let me ask you this: was there any other type of dog that you've ever had experience with? You say you had dogs before. I'm talking about one that you might have bred and like started to try to start a family line off of, or was the pit bull
Nah,
the
I
first
ain't
one?
never bred a dog, and I ain't
Really?
never. Nah, I ain't never bred a dog, bro. Like I just now bred my female. I bred Canelo's sister Jewel to the dog named Red Bull 3. Shout out to Billingsley Kennels, Billingsley Boy Kennels out there in Alabama, man. I met him at the pig picking in North Carolina, and I won best of show, and he won best of opposite sex, which is the second place basically. So
Yeah,
I bred the sister to the number one to the number two. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's
That
my
brother got
first
some
breed.
nice dogs too. Yeah, he got some nice dogs. That
Hey,
brother
that's
got
my
some
boy,
real nice
man.
dogs. Yeah,
Yeah. So I
yeah,
did that. That's my first breed, and she looked like she took. And I'm gonna be learning step by step with that. But nah, it ain't never been.
really.
I ain't never made a dollar off a dog, bro. Like I really just love the dogs, bro. Like,
Yeah, same
I-
here.
yeah, I ain't never made a dollar. But I'm not saying I don't want to. But you know what I mean. I feel like it's an order to business. Like, bro, if I wasn't having any success, I wouldn't be even think about breeding my dogs, bro. I just because it'll be too. I'm not finna be an irresponsible owner. I'm not finna be stuck with all these puppies. I'm just not going through all that, bro. I'm not. I don't live in a place in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Where I can just have a million dogs and nobody know. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta. That's important with this breed. Like you gotta have responsible ownership, but do not stack a million dogs in a small property. Like do not. You know what I mean? So I haven't bred a dog because it's like, man, shoot. I looked at it like for what, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? But until
Yeah,
I was able to, I feel like I'm raising the stock. Like that's my whole purpose of everything I'm doing. I'm trying to raise the stock, like where it's like there's a desire for the breed and it's responsible people who want to get involved with the breed. And those are the people I want to put my dogs in their hands, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just finna be selling no dogs to just anybody. I'm not finna be just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just all
right,
about being responsible. I know what breed I'm dealing with. So I'm taking the proper steps to where it's like everything makes sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line, bro. So nah, I never bred any dogs before ever, but I do have an American bully pet, but I never thought about breeding him either. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right.
most people would have been bred a bully. You know what I'm saying? But
But
hey, man,
especially for the money aspect of it, because
yeah, but
everybody's
I don't
trying to,
care.
yeah,
Like, man, I ain't
right,
man. Listen, I got my own business. You feel me? Like, I renovate houses. You feel me? So I just love my pets, bro. I mean, like my animals. Like, I just love my like. I look for opportunities to take them out. That's why I go to different states and go to the confirmation show because that's my social life, bro. I don't go to clubs. I don't do nothing, bro. I don't do nothing. I
yeah,
just, you know what I mean? Like I be working out and stuff like with the boxing and things like that. But I ain't even really been big on boxing lately. So I'm really just stay to myself. I be with my dogs. We go walk. We go to the mountains around the area. You know, like Stone Mountain, all that
Yeah,
stuff like that. We do stuff like that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's
I
the
just really
moves.
love the dog. Huh?
Speaking of boxing, did you see the fight last night?
Man, I don't want to talk about it, man. I'm still dodging phone calls about that shit,
Oh
man. And not
man,
because I owe nobody no money. It's just because I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. I've been saying so much about Tank, like lifting him up and stuff like that, and he just like, man. But at the end
man.
of the day, I feel like
You
he
know,
just
it's an any given day thing because I'm a big boxing fan too, man, and I'm really high. That's one of other my other interests, man. So I be on a lot of these pages that promote boxing. Um, I don't know, man. I kind of feel it was a draw. I looked at it again today. I was a little biased last night because I wanted, I thought Tank was going to win. I can't say I wanted him to win because leading up to the fight, just looking at all the press conferences and all the different things they were having, I grew a respect for Roach just on his approach and his mannerism and how he conducted himself. And I actually respected Tank how he respected Roach. I said, oh,
Mhm.
these two, they got like a real good history going on. And I like the fact that it wasn't too much trash talking because I don't think it need to be that. It just need to be let's get in the ring and handle business. But I must admit, I didn't think that Roach was going to handle his business to that degree,
No,
or
me neither.
or in this case, I didn't think Tank wasn't going to handle his business because I think if he probably would have applied more to gas and put his foot more on the pedal, it would have probably been a different outcome. I don't know what was going on, but Holmes did look a lot of he been looking distracted lately to me in general,
Yeah.
like
I'm
something
just
going.
hoping that he gonna. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. You go. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm hoping that he go back to regular, you know what I'm saying, like that focus on the sport Tank, you know what I'm saying? Because if he don't go back to that, he finna make a lot of people look real bad that was vouching for this man, like telling everybody like, man, ain't nobody around his size can do nothing with him. Man, I've been saying that stuff, bro, and
Oh
I've
man,
been in the gym with Tank, bro. Like I've been
for
in
real.
the gym with him, bro. Like right next to him, like you can look on Showtime if you look at the epilogue with Mario Barrios and Tank.
Uh huh.
I'm right there in the ring, standing next to him. We shadow boxing, bro.
Oh damn, that's
So,
what's up.
so it's like,
So you box like that? You box for real?
yeah, like I've been sparring with pros and everything. I almost went pro, but the promoter that was finna sign me, they didn't know how old I was, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I was like 29, 30,
Hmm.
but they must have been thinking I was like 21 because I was in shape, like, and you know what I mean. But once we really got to having me, like, they gave me some free tickets to a fight. I came. You know what I'm saying? I was in the VIP with them, with all the like the people who run the promotion company. I was chopping it up with them. They put me with a gym over in Norcross. They told me to go there, spar these pros, and then that coach was gonna tell him how I did. He said I did good. So then we going to that next step. And then they were like, how old are you? And I told him, he was like, man, bro, the investors ain't even going, they wasn't even the promoter. Like the promoter still believed in me, but he was like, but the investors just ain't gonna do it because they looking at they want to make their return on investment, and the age I was at, it wasn't. They couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I just that kind of that messed me up though. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
I could imagine. I could
yeah,
imagine.
because
I
I
could
was going
imagine.
hard, bro. I was going hard. I done sparred with people that are like fighters, bro. Like real winning record pros. You know what I'm saying? Different nationalities and stuff. I done sparred people who don't even speak English. All that, like, you know what I mean?
What was your weight class?
I was probably gonna be 140.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but 140 or 147, probably like right now, like I probably had to be 147 because
Oh,
I
you would
didn't
have
put
been
on
right
my,
there with EJ and Bud now.
yeah, around the
47.
same size as them.
On the same size, yeah.
Hmm.
You better fight Tiafimo and them boys.
Yeah, Tiafimo, like, yeah, 140 and 147 would have probably been where I was gonna be at.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was supposed to have
Okay.
a fight. My first fight was supposed to be in South America, like, bro. I
Really?
had a whole thing, bro. Like,
Who was you? Was it somebody a name you was supposed to fight, like a name that we may
I
be
don't know.
familiar with?
I didn't even know the name, but I just know they was setting up a fight in South America, and they was gonna put me in there, but all that fell apart. But it's all good.
Damn, man, I hate that happened, but hey, but now you over here with these dogs where it ain't no age, no
Yeah,
age.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I still try to take care of my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's another thing I promote with the dogs. Like, man, one thing I can't stand, it's my pet peeve, man. I hate seeing dogs in tip top shape and the owner look like they ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I know everybody, everybody got different body types and stuff like that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it's just something about that to me, bro. I just be
I'm
like,
with you. I'm with you.
so
Hey, we
what you
take a
just put the
shot.
dog? I just
Yeah.
look at it I'm like, so you just put the dog on the treadmill and sat there and watched it, and you ain't do nothing.
I can't. I do so many various exercises, but let me get a shout out right quick. Shout out to my man Samurai Kennels. I see you. We're gonna definitely catch me later, man. I appreciate you tuning in and chiming in. Mike Dan, what's up? I see you. Dickie Foster, always, man. I see you. Salute to you. And anyone else that may come into the
Oh, I
chat.
ain't even see the
Uh,
chat. Oh yeah, I know a couple of these people.
yeah, man.
Man,
Yeah,
shout out, Dickie Foster, Mike Dan, RGB Lone Wolf. I know
yeah.
all that. Like,
RG
yeah.
Lone Wolves. Yeah, they're good people
Samurai
right
Kendall. I met him in person, in Louisiana.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Samurai, good brother, man. He's another one that's he's standing up for the breed 10 toes down and how he's trying to project the breed in a positive light, man. I can't do nothing but send out good shout and good vibes to that brother, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely that. Diggy, I see you, man. Hey man, but that's good talk, man. I'm glad that you brought that up because it's like we can expand beyond dogs because I really mess with that boxing heavy. I might not have I didn't go as far as you did with it, but I definitely I mess with that boxing. It's one of the last true sports to me where a person is mono e mono and you testing out who you are. It's like how game are you as an individual? Because
Yeah.
that's
That's
real.
what,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
And
saying?
that's where I'm big on that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
man.
in this
You
community, bro, man, people be trying to put it all on the dog, man. Like, bro, what's up with you? You
was
know
it
what I'm
because the
saying?
dog is a reflection of you. To
Yeah,
me,
that's
the
what I'm
dog is a
saying.
reflection of you.
Yeah, man. So I promote healthy lifestyle as much as possible. I know ain't nobody perfect. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
everybody got
indeed.
their vices, everything, but just try to look at the dog and try to be like, man, try to be as close to, do your thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Physically and mentally, try to take care of yourself just as much as you take care of the dog, because the dogs need us, bro. They need us. We got to be around, bro. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
indeed, indeed. That's for sure. From a
Yeah.
conditioning standpoint, what do you like to do with your dog the most from a conditioning standpoint?
I like to go to the mountain. You know what I'm saying? I like to go to the mountain. I go to Arabian Mountain. I go to Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain, I ain't been going there as much because, like, if you go in there on the wrong day, they'll kick you out the mountain because you ain't supposed to have no dogs on the mountain. I ain't really,
Oh,
you know
on
what I'm
Stone
saying?
Mountain, you can't have a dog.
Not on the mountain. Like, you can go
Oh,
around
but
the
you
mountain.
go around the mountain. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Because
But
I
I be
seen you
wanting
at
to work that
Arabia
real
Mountain.
incline. Huh?
Okay, and I seen you at Arabia Mountain. I saw
Yeah,
that.
that's why I really be going because they don't got that kind of problem. Like, you can take your dog all the way up the incline and everything like that. So I like to go there. But Stone
Okay.
Mountain, I still go there. I still got a membership over there. I go around, you know what I'm saying? But I like that. That's my favorite thing.
Okay. Check it out, man. I actually had another guest that was supposed to join us, McConrad, who's in Georgia, who I was telling you about, that I want
Yeah.
all us to kind of link up. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, he had some family matters that he had to actually address. But I got another good partner of mine, Warmouth Kennels, whom I just did a breeding with last weekend. I went down there on the side. We did a nice breeding, and hopefully she takes because that's going to be a solid production. And I invited my man Ernest of Warmouth to join us, and he was busy at the time, but I see he's backstage and he's going to join us. So I'm gonna bring
Okay.
him on, and he could join in on the discussion. Hold on.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What's up,
So,
E?
Salute all my fellow Bulldoggers.
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Glad you made it, brother. Glad you made it. I'm sitting here with Casino Life and we just chopping it up, man. Just having some good, honest, platonic dialogue. Glad you was able to
Not,
join too.
nice to meet you, my dog brother.
Nice to meet you too, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
man, I had an accident, I guess, early this morning where the female that Vab was talking about that we just bred broke out of the kennel and killed all my fucking chickens. Like, there's just birds everywhere.
exact. That's who I was speaking about earlier when I
Yeah.
mentioned the dude. That's who I was speaking about. I didn't. I had mentioned it, E, and I
Oh,
told
okay.
him that
Yep.
I told him that a friend of mine on South Georgia he had an issue with his with his chickens and his dogs. So I'm glad you were able to come on and speak on that.
Man, the main thing is, I mean, that's what the birds are here for. I mean, after I establish a family, when they walk around the yard, they just bring out prey drive early in the pups. It keeps them. It just they want them, but they can't get them because they on chains or whatever.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
it's more to, like you say, bring out and induce the prey drive in the dog. That's why you have to.
right. Just it brings it out early. Like this
Mm,
old timer that I was getting some dogs from. His dogs. I got dogs from him, and his were like 10 months old, and I'd pull up with my dog. And they were just going crazy, popping the chain, like early prey drive. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing that I'm not doing? And he's like, just look around. And like it took like 3 or 4 times of me going over there, and there was chickens everywhere. And finally, they was all around my feet, and I kicked. I'm like, damn, Julian got all these damn chickens, and he just laughed. And I was like, what's funny? Like what I miss? And he's like, I told you, just look around, and it kind of clicked. I'm like, chickens, man. So ever since then, I've never had dogs and not had chickens.
that's
Mm.
that's an interesting observation and some good shit right there because so the chickens bring out the fowl bring out the prey drive. Interesting,
Well,
interesting.
if you let them free range,
If you let them
like
free
mine,
range, right, right, right. And I
and
had the
people.
opportunity of seeing that too when I came to your spot. I was like,
That's
okay, we
right.
got.
And
Yeah.
people say chickens are stupid, but they're actually very smart because when I had chickens on my other kennel, like they flourished. I'm still trying to like start over here. Coco keeps killing them all. She's the only one that kills all my damn chickens. But they knew the dogs would get them. It was like a game between the dogs and the chicken. They knew the dogs would get them, but at night they would roost in the trees over the dogs because they knew nothing would get past them dogs to get up the tree to get them.
Mm.
Mm. So they was using the dogs for their own protection.
For their protection, yeah. And I'm like, damn, like I didn't think chickens was that smart.
Yeah, when I had chickens, they was similar too. But I don't have no chickens no more. But I used to have them Rhode Island Reds. You know about those?
Oh yes, sir, yes, sir. They like farm chickens.
Yeah, I had some of them. And
I had
the
um,
same
I
the
had.
same thing you were saying about how it make the puppies turn up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah,
true.
it works,
You ain't
doesn't it?
lying. Yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And let's see what. Oh, the dogs. When I like, if I just fed them dry kibble, they would actually leave some food in their bowl and wait for and act like they asleep. Like walk over by their house and act like they asleep and wait for that ping, 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 the chicken's beak hitting their bowl, and then
Yeah.
they would storm at them like they was leaving bait out to try to get them.
Oh, that's crazy. That's the ultimate setup. That's wild, man. That's
What
wild.
I can ask y'all a question about the breed. What's the bloodline of the breeding that y'all did? Like what's the combo?
That I'll let you tell Coltrane's side. He's the sire, and then
Okay.
I'll pitch in on Coco.
All right. Well, Coltrane, my dog is basically a heavy Stonewall dog. Stonewall coming out of the Honey Bunch and Otis breeding, and and since and so it's basically I like to call it more of a Honey Bunch dog. Some people say Stonewall. Some people even falsely say Jeep because that's not that breeding. Jeep comes out of that Finley Bow Honey Bunch. That's a whole nother branch of Honey Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's what pretty much he sits on that. Also, with some with a touch of like a quarter out of some Boogie Boy blood, which is running through some Holiday Red Boy. So it's a pretty much a heavy Stonewall dog, and we thought it'd be a good blend to put on top of Coco, and you could tell them about Coco. RE.
Well, the thing with Stonewall is like Honey Bunch is known, like she did a lot of breedings. Like she did a breeding with Zebo that you never hear
Yeah,
about,
she was all over.
but she was really known for Finley's Bow bred to Honey Bunch and Otis Crenshaw's Otis bred to Honey Bunch to produce Rascal. So Stonewall is actually a sire off of Otis and Honey Bunch, and the dam is off of Finley's Bow and Honey Bunch. So two of the main litters that Honey Bunch is known for, Stonewall has them both. In his that's his sire and his dam. And then Coco is a Cottingham Red Boy bitch with the Medlands Outlaw on top coming directly off a Register of Merit. So she's a daughter of a Register of Merit. And I love it when I got Register of Merit's close because the percentages of productivity go up. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed,
Because
indeed.
and then her bottom side is Santos. I think Santos is in the second or third, so he's fairly close. So it's 50-50 Red Boy Spike. So then when we did this breeding with that is kind of like a twist on Tab because Tab is Jeep Red Boy. So
Mm-hmm.
we're doing like Honey Bunch Red Boy with a 25% out of Spike. So it's kind of like a twist on Tab. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it really is. It should be some very, not only performance wise, but some very durable dogs, and hopefully Coltrane put some leg up under what's just gonna
Oh
give
yeah.
leg. That's gonna be real nice right there as well.
And
I
see, I
like.
run Weird Jack stuff too. So with that being Jeep Red Boy and then Crash being Jeep Red Boy Rascal, I could take it to anything. I could take it to her.
Yeah,
So there's many options to go with it. I love a tab dog because Jeep and Red Boy go with anything. It's like
man, I
Eli.
love it too. It's one of the most. That blood is. You could do so much with that blood.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
everything
you can
you
keep, right. You can keep coming back around to. It's one of the bloods that stays consistent too, even with
that's what I was
inbreeding.
about to say.
I love that.
It
Love
can withstand inbreeding very well. You can inbreed it a lot before you start getting defects. And got good structure, durability. I mean, I can't say enough about it. If I had to start over, it would be with with like a tab dog.
it. Yeah, indeed. Like that Jessie dog you got on your yard. That bitch is beautiful.
You say she's tab too, right? I
Man,
say she's tab.
I can't
And
talk
that's
about that
interesting.
dog
To,
enough.
like I like hearing about other people, like what other people got. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I
because
don't
you
have.
got that. You like that nigga Reno. You like
Yeah, I
that
like
nigga Reno.
Niggerino and I like Red Boy Jacko and Bolio. But you
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So it's just a blend. Like I like to blend them, you know what I'm saying? But the breeding I just did is the sire, he's 3/4 Bolio on top with Red Boy Jocko on the bottom. Then my female, she's Nidgerino on top, and then Red Boy Jocko Bolio on the bottom. But
So the size the RB3 dog.
yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, that's a Bolio. He Bolio on top, Red Boy Jocko on the bottom. So it's basically I'm basically did a Red Boy Jocko, a heavy Red Boy Jocko Bolio breeding with like a little quarter of Nidgerino in there.
Okay.
Niggerino, yeah.
That's almost like the breeding that I've been wanting to do because I've been wanting to do an um, Eli Red Boy Bolio. So it's
Mm-hmm.
basically the same thing. You just have the Jocko in there, which
Right,
hell,
right.
to hear the old timers that saw Red Boy go, Jocko is what brought the Red Boy out. Like Jocko was
Mhm.
like what it needed.
Yeah, it's almost like, well, I ain't gonna say it's not. I mean, if people want to have it without the Jocko, that's cool. But I don't want no Red Boy without the Jocko.
Yeah, yeah. And
Me personally.
I've only run Red Boy without the Jocko.
So you know what I'm
I've
saying?
never
Everybody got their
had.
different. That's what I'm saying. It's just be interested in hearing different people's experiences and stuff like that. And I'm kind of new to the bloodlines anyway. You know what I'm saying? You just came. I was talking about it earlier. Like I've been dealing with dogs for a long time, but it took me a long time to realize that there were bloodlines and pedigrees. I didn't know. I was just like, man, like this one is like we used to call it tiger stripe. I ain't even know the word brink.
Yeah,
I ain't even,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah. I
saying? I got
remember.
me a
I
tiger
remember.
stripe one right here. Like I
Yeah,
got you
yeah.
feel me? I didn't even know, bro. All I knew was red nose and blue nose for a long time. You
but
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
the same way. I'm just getting into the Red Boy Jocko stuff. I picked up two dogs, a male and a female, and I'm kind of learning as I go what traits they bring to the table, and I'm just having to
Mhm.
watch them work. And now I did do a Eli dog bred to Coco, and he's about 6 months old now, and I really like because I was watching him on the spring pole, and usually when a dog gets tired, like it'll let go of the rope and come to me and be like, "Did I do good? Did I do good?" Like wanting to be pet. And this dog, when he gets tired, he doesn't break hold. He just lays down with the rope in his mouth, still hanging from the spring, and he'll rest for like 30 seconds, and then he'll get back up and start shaking it. So I was really impressed when I saw that. I was like, "Damn, I really like that about that dog."
Mm.
Yeah, that dog
Yeah,
impressed me too when I seen him. He was a fine looking specimen for just a pup. He's gonna grow to be nice. You're talking about Cyrus, right?
No,
Cyrus? No, no,
banger.
that banger. Yeah,
Yeah,
banger.
yeah,
Cyrus
yeah.
was the stout dog. Banger's nice.
Cyrus is a tank, man.
Yeah, Cyrus is a very stout dog.
There's a
yeah,
fine line between adding durability and then just going full on tank.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you gonna
And the
have to
thing
feed.
is, you never know what they're going to be until you breed them.
Yeah, indeed,
yeah.
indeed. That's what's up. But Casino. I mess with that niggerino stuff too, now boy.
Yeah, I've never had any Niggerino stuff.
I mess with it heavy. Actually, I got a breeding plant with a nice niggerino male, and going to something I got, and I had an opportunity to actually get two niggerino pups last year that I was looking at, but
You got some. You
some
got two big Reno pups.
no, I said I had an
Oh,
opportunity to get it, but I didn't get them. I actually went another route, but I still got I kept that line open to where when I want to come get that blood, I could go get it. So I got something in line that I'm gonna be breeding to some really good niggerino, and because I like that, I always like that. I like that strain of that Eli right there, that niggerino line. I like how
So
it always
how does
comes
that
out.
Niggerino hold up to inbreeding? Have you run it long?
That I don't know much, and I don't know.
well, I mean, I know the knowledge that I got in front of people. You know what I'm saying? That have been doing it for a long time. Like I ain't gonna lie, but I get some of the best advice on Niggerino that you can get, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I talk on a daily basis with some of the originators of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They tell me everything. Like they tell me the best crosses. They tell me, but it's you can inbreed it, but you do gotta loosen it up. You gotta loosen it up and go back. So like when you look at a Niggerino pedigree, you'll see some chemo in it. You'll see some dynamite. You'll see some Chinaman. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta like you gotta loosen it up, then go back. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Well, I
don't
mean
want.
that the Spike stuff is a good out for for the Eli stuff because Spike's mama was a 3/4 Bullison dog, inbred Bullison dog, off
Yeah,
that Jericho. So Chinaman is like I look at that kind of like the Spike stuff.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, like so you already got what you would need. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as you got something to cut it with, and then you can put it back together. You know what I'm saying?
That I like doing that better than I do just doing a total outcross. I like to go same blood but different family.
Yeah, exactly. And the one I just I went to Texas to get one, and that one, her her mom is the father of Canelo. Her mom is the father of Canelo and Jules' sister. So basically, her mom is Canelo and Jules' aunt. If that makes
Okay.
sense. They was
Oh
the
yeah,
mom.
yeah.
And I got the one I got from Texas in here. I'll show y'all in a second. Matter of fact, you want
That's total line breed, man. That's the safest way to sort of inbreed, is line
Yeah,
breeding. Take uncle to niece and aunt to nephew.
that's the way I like to go.
and
Yeah.
Canelo and Jewel, they like I was saying before, they nigga real on top with Red Boy Jocko Bolio on the bottom. So they already got the out in them. They 50-50 anyway. So I went and got the 100%, you know what I'm saying? Well, closer to 100% nigga Reno that you can get 40 years later. You know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah. You can't find pure
Yeah.
bloods anymore. Yeah.
Right,
Let me
exactly.
I'm gonna bring the pup in here. Hold on.
All right,
Be
bring
right back.
let's check them out. Hey, did you get that straightened out?
Do what?
Did you get that straightened out with the coop?
Yeah, I guess I got it all zip tied back together and I raked
No,
it
no,
out because it was just all the whole thing was just feathers. It was just death was all in the air. So
man.
I raked it up and
I hate you came out to that, man. Who that's
I
never something.
mean you can't blame a dog for being a dog.
Exactly. I feel you on that though. I feel
And
you.
I'm kind of impressed because she fucking didn't let anything. She probably worked at that damn gate for who knows how many hours, and she didn't quit. So
Damn. Look at that beautiful pup. Look at that beautiful pup.
heck yeah, man.
And you
I
can look at
love
her
that
and
dog.
you could tell what she is, you know what I'm saying? That's important to me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, she looks just like a Niggerino dog.
mhm.
That's beautiful right there, bro.
And she's coming
Yes,
down
sir.
for coming off of Kate's Autumn and Townsend's Mr. High. No,
Mr. High.
Townsend Rowdy. Rowdy.
How old is she?
12 weeks.
Dang, she's 12. 3 months. How
Yeah.
much she weigh?
Look at them
Big
legs on her.
light, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
Look at them legs on her.
Yeah,
Man,
she got real long, bro.
you could tell that's Niggerino stuff all day long.
She
And then
looks really good.
Mr. Terry gave me this. This is a picture of Niggerino that ain't nobody ever seen for real. This is a real copy of it. You know what I'm saying? He wrote me a letter, I mean, like a note on the back and everything.
Man, that's dope. That's
Yeah.
real dope.
So I'm pledged allegiance to the Niggerino, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like they didn't show me something like that. You
Hey,
know, those people that show me so much love and give me so much
yeah, man.
information, and it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
man,
awesome.
I'm just
I
sticking with
know.
what I was introduced to because like I was saying, when I learned about pedigrees, I got Canelo and Jewel, and that's what I started with. They 50% Niggerino, 50% Red Bull Jocko. So I'm basically just dissecting what I got and putting it back together in different ways. And because I
Oh
went and
yeah.
got some Red Bull Jocko without the Bolio too. I got the Walkmall. I got some Walkmall Red Bull Jocko too.
Oh dang. All right.
Hmm.
How you like that?
I like it. He only 5 months though, so
Okay.
you know what I mean. But he growing nice. Like he getting
But he's coming out of what? What's the siren down? What's coming out of?
mango and candy.
Okay,
But like it's basically some heavy Big John. It's Big John shit. Like
gotcha.
yeah.
Most of that shit coming out of it was. Okay,
Hmm.
cool.
It got some rat. It got Rattler in the ped. It got
Okay.
um man. I got it's a lot of dogs in there. Like that dog bred crazy. The one that walk my dog. That dog bred crazy. I went to South Carolina to get that one.
I'll
Okay.
tell you
You the
when I
walk
went to
around country.
see
Yeah.
when I went to see Ed Farron, Wildside Kennels, when I went to stay with him, I asked him about the Niggerino stuff because he ran it a lot. And I
Hmm.
asked him about what traits it brought to the table. Did it really bring mouth, And because that's what most people use it for. And he said that he could take Jeep and cross it with a Niggerino dog and get indestructible, like just beast.
Hmm.
So, so
Nah, they
you
definitely
might,
come for the
you
like
might,
that mouth is real,
you
bro.
might need to get together with Coltrane over there.
I'm telling
Like,
you, that's my secret
bro,
ingredient. That's what I'm saying. I got I
bro.
got I got a whole nother
I,
plan.
I don't know if you can see that, bro, but like I ain't gonna lie, the Niggerino hangers, even when they a puppy, it's just different. Like my Red Boy Jocko pup, teeth still ain't this sharp. But I can't. She ain't gonna sit still with her. Like these is just baby teeth, but if you see like the mouth on Canelo and Jewel, man, that's the Niggerino coming out. Like the
I
Red Boy
seen them, I
Jocko,
seen them hangers on them.
yeah, bro. The Red Boy Jocko is like I look at it like that's the motor, bro. Like that motor, that's like a 6.0 Hemi. You know what I mean?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
That's why I
so
got. That's why I got my female red boy Jocko too for that motor. I got
mhm,
a pure walker mama little bitch
I,
too.
mhm.
I'd be
Um,
curious to know how well they can stand up to inbreeding. I wonder if it's kind of like the Eli stuff. You get really got to be careful because you'll end up with half a litter of skittish dogs.
Mhm. But this litter that when I went out there, all the litter he had, they was all
they was
active and
confident.
yeah, they was all confident. It took me a minute to figure out which one I wanted, but I chose her because of her bone structure. She had like
Yeah. Yep.
the most impressive bone structure for the females that I was selected from. And I got pick of the litter in that situation. I got pick of the litter in every situation. I got to, bro. Like I need to pick my shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's how
That's
it's
right.
supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be right there. Especially if you
Mhm.
be breaking bread.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I
Yeah, I
like.
used to have a when I would do that and back in the day when you could go to the breeder's yard and everything. I had a system. Like there was two things that I would watch for. I never did get the bully, like the bully of the bunch when they were all playing, and you got the one that just antagonizes everything. I would get the one that he was like either picking on a whole bunch, and then finally they would just turn around and run his ass off.
Right.
Because
Hmm.
like I felt like that was good temperament of the dog. Like he could put up with a little bit of punishment, but when it's had enough, it's gonna take over. And then I used to take like a Coke can and fill it full of pebbles, to
Mm-hmm.
where you could shake it up and it makes a loud noise.
Mm-hmm.
And like all the puppies would be playing, I'd shake it up and throw it right in the middle of the group, and they'd all scatter. And the first one that came back to it, that's the one I'd get
Mm.
because I felt like it conquered its fear. It was
Right.
you have all the rest of the puppies looking at like, all
Right.
right, if he dies now, we ain't
I
gonna
can
go
see that.
near
I
it.
can see the logic behind it. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's what's up. That's what's
I
up.
like
I,
I like the bully sometimes though. I ain't gonna lie. But like Canelo was definitely the bully. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the bully, but I mean, out of the whole litter that he was in, he's turning out the best anyway. So it was like he was the bully for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of people, everybody got different preferences. Like some people like runts. I don't like runts. I
Oh,
don't
I
want one.
love the runt, man. My first dog was a runt. Best
Yeah, see,
damn dog.
everybody different, bro. Like I don't want the runt, bro. You know.
It's give
Man,
me. And when I pick, man, I definitely look for structure. Even though it's hard to kind of see a lot of the confirmation when they're so young, unless it's just really apparent. But I look for structure. I look for bones on
Mm.
the dog. But I actually pick my pups, man, by the dog. That it's an energy thing with me. When I go to pups, that one that's coming to me and just always with me, and we got this little connection. I'm vibing with him, and I see one that just he picked me. Like puppies pick me. I might go in there with the intention of picking a pup, but eventually they pick me. It's like
I can see that logic because I
yeah,
had
because they
because
work better for me like that.
you was wanting Digger at one point, that dog that I had, Digger.
Right.
And I hated that dog. I hated him. But after I got rid of him, like he didn't even know his name was Digger because I just called him asshole all the time. Like you could say asshole, and he would call. He would call. He'd perk up, and look at like who's calling me. But man,
Oh
after I got
man,
rid of him, I'm like, damn, where's my asshole at?
I'm telling you, man. Some dogs, they just the dog. If the dog chooses you too, that helps out a lot because that fucking dog will work for you. That dog has a bond and connection with you, and that just seems to work for me. You know,
And I have had
along with other stuff.
that feeling like you're talking about, where you just get a feeling like you're drawn to one pup.
They're drawn to one pup because
Yeah,
you work with the dog better because you already have a intangible connection with the dog.
yeah, and I feel like dogs pick that up too.
Yeah, they pick it up. So
That's how
most of
she
my
was
dogs do
too.
that.
That's kind of how she was. Like when I went down there, all the pups was in. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to Mr. Terry. He got a huge area for his pups, bro. Like I ain't never seen pups in such a big area. Like it's like they had their
Really,
own yard. You know what I'm saying?
man, that's what's
They
up.
they came up to the fence and she was just stepping on them to get to, like she was stepping on their heads like pick me,
Hey,
pick
she
me.
was saying, "Hey, go my ride. They go my ride right
Yeah,
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 that's me.
yeah,
That's me. Like you was there
yeah,
picking them up from the airport, hold one of them
yeah.
signs up.
yes,
And
sir.
she
They go
had
my
and
ride."
all the pups were beautiful. So I mean, it's not like any of them had bad bone structure. It just
Yeah,
she just happened to have out of the female because I only wanted a female. So I was like, man. I mean, shoot, she came up, she was climbing up on the thing. It was a boy. She was stepping on his head, trying to get, you know what I'm saying?
trying to
Like,
get to you.
yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get her.
Yeah, that's
Heck
good, man.
yeah.
It's nothing like when you appreciate. Like I'm watching you pet her, man, and it's hard to even explain that type of appreciation and love we got for our dogs. Like even when I went to see you eat, just seeing you out there with the dogs, man, and man, you was talking about how we could get lost out there 2-3 hours easy.
Oh yeah.
You can't explain that type of feeling, man. This that dog, man. Life is you can't explain that shit, man. Be honest with
Yeah.
you.
People
Yeah,
are
I'm
like,
about to
man, I've
start.
been calling you for 3 hours. You won't answer. I'm like, man, when I'm out there with a dog, I leave my phone in the house.
Hey,
Like
man, I'm in the zone for real.
yeah, it's like I need that time away from cell phones, away
Yeah,
from,
man. Yeah,
and I just build a fire out in the yard, and I sometimes just stare at it, and that's when my mind is able to like run free.
I'm
exactly.
trying to
It's me game.
my next thing I want to do is get some more land, bro. Like I need to get a little bit more secluded because I can't really work with my dogs on the yard like I want to because I got some neighbors that's kind of like they just
The
you
wrong
know
name. Just put it that way. Yeah.
yeah, I got
Man,
the wrong neighbors, bro. Like my
believe
last house, this is my first house that I'm paying mortgage on, but the one I was renting before I moved here, I ain't never had no problem. You know what I'm saying? But here, bro, I
man,
could
that's the
go off.
most important thing is people start up dog yards in suburbia, like
Yeah,
a
you can't
little
really do it like that.
suburb place, and then they start barking every day at feeding, and the neighbors don't know anything about dogs because I this was a news report that I'd heard, and she was like every day around 5 o'clock you could hear the dogs barking, and you just knew they were in distress. And I'm like, nah, it was probably feeding time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's
Exactly.
why it's important. Like I was saying, it's important to know the laws of your area because you can't well where I'm from, you can't make a noise complaint if it's not for more than 15 minutes consecutively. So this is for the people who got that law in their area. When you feed your dogs, um, bring your bowls. Like have your bowls
Yeah, in the
away.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the house already. Like don't gotta go out there get the bowls. Go in the house. Go back. No, get your bowl. Have your bowls in the house. Go straight to the one that runs the barking. I think everybody got to
Yep.
like,
Man, I do the same thing. I
yeah,
don't even have that law, but I just want to
yeah,
shut that bitch up.
yeah. I go
Yeah,
straight.
yeah,
In my situation, it's Canelo. Like if Canelo barking, everybody barking, and he runs the barking, bro. So he get his food automatically first because that's gonna make everything way more quiet. And
Yep.
then
Yeah.
I go from there. And but I make sure I can stay under 15 minutes where and I get man, I gotta do so much to protect myself, man. Cameras, like if somebody do try to say it was for longer than 15 minutes, I got it on camera. No, it wasn't. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. That's important, man. And I started my YouTube channel. One first thing was I wanted to teach young dog men coming up how to run a dog yard, just little points of view from my perspective and what I've learned. But secondly is documentation because no dogs on my on 250 videos I think somewhere in there, and never not one will you see scarred up, marked up, scratched up dogs. You know.
Yep, yep. And I also documented like when we had the winter storm. I documented every step of that. Like just and you know what happened in the winter storm? One of my neighbors called animal control, but it worked out in my favor because animal control, uh, like they told me, like, man, bro, you ain't doing nothing, bro. Like, and I ended up, getting linked with them, and it was just like,
What was their complaint? That you had your animals out in the cold?
I guess so, but it really wasn't no complaint. It was really like I don't know what they said specifically
Hmm.
because I wasn't even there when they came. But
Yeah,
I
they were
have
doing a welfare check. Somebody just called and they wanted to do a welfare check.
right, and then they said they were coming back in 2 weeks, and then when they came back, I was here, and I got to talk to them, and they basically put it down as like if somebody calls for this address, they just messing with this dude. Like I don't have that many dogs anyway, and
You know what? You know what screwed up is people like neighbors can call. They just want you out of the neighborhood, and they'll call and be like, "He's got a bunch of pit bulls. I think he fights his dogs," and they'll
yeah,
come in and confiscate them and all that. And if you are proven to not be doing anything wrong, like in your case, everything was clear. I think some charges should be brought up on a false allegation
right, right,
because you disrupting that person's life.
And
yeah.
And then
costing
the
them because you got to pay to get them dogs back.
Yeah, I
I
had a
did it.
guy,
Yeah.
my guy, and I'm looking out outside right now. He got a big old great. This not the guy. I'm looking out the window. He got a big old Great Dane off the chain. He just playing with him in the front yard. Huge dog, look like a baby horse. But it's another guy. I came. I ain't had nothing to do that day, so I was chilling. I had her, and if you know about puppies, you separate from a puppy, they might cry. You know what I'm saying?
oh
I
yeah,
I,
oh yeah.
I put her in the cage. Went to go get some food and came right back, bro. I wasn't gone 10 minutes. Uh, he's one of my neighbors in the middle of the street talking about, "Hey, you over there fighting dogs? I heard a lot of barking." And then, mind you, when I pulled back up, I ain't hear nothing. It wasn't nothing going on. He told me I recorded it with my phone and all that. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna fly a drone and find out what's going on. And I'm like, man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm in the wrong place. But
Man,
Man, you
he gonna
are,
fly
dude.
a
You are,
drone?
dude.
Oh my God! He talking about he gonna fly a drone?
yeah, he said he
Man,
gonna fly a drone,
I
but
shoot that bitch out of the sky.
that what I said. I mean, I ain't tell him that, but that what I was saying in my head. I see that, but either way it goes, it's like, man. I mean, you ain't gonna see if you. But the thing about my neighbors, bro, they never even came and introduced themselves to me, bro. Like that was my
Yeah,
that
see,
was my first time meeting him. I'm like, bro,
they
I
just
show you
liked
my
you. They just liked you from the time you moved in.
Right,
man.
right.
I
They
show you
already
my
they
yard.
already done marked him. They already done spoke about him amongst
Yep,
themselves. They done marked him, done
yep,
stigmatized the brother.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
And bro, if
yeah.
you're a good neighbor, I'll show you my yard. Like it ain't, I ain't got nothing to hide. It's just and just why when they call animal control couldn't do nothing. They like, man, what? I mean, they picking
I
on
will.
you.
I will say this: my property was vacant for like 20 years
hmm
before I bought it from my friend. It's where he grew up at. His trailer was still out here, all condemned, like falling down. Like I had to get it moved and all that shit. But my neighbors didn't want me here.
Mm,
And a neighbor lady across the street. It wasn't. This wasn't about the dogs, but it was before I had started my kennel up in this property because I moved in first and all that. But she came over and was like bringing like a a stale honey bun cake or something, like welcoming me to the neighborhood. But really,
right.
it was just a way to get in the
No,
conversation.
right.
She was like, "You think you might? Could you think you could keep your chickens in your yard?" And I was like, "No, ma'am." She said, "You can't build a coop." I was like, "No, ma'am." I just don't want them pooping in my yard. So I was just like, well, the next time you see one of them motherfuckers, just shoot that bitch. I don't care. It's just a fucking chicken. And she was like, what? So I knew I'd kind of got off on the wrong foot with her. So
yeah.
one day I noticed that she didn't come home that night. It was that was on a Friday night. So Saturday morning she came in about 6:30, some 7, somewhere like that. And so I went over and I was checking the mail from the day before, and I waved to her on the porch, and then I walked over there and I was like, "You didn't come home last night." I was like, I kept an eye on your place for you. And she was like, and now this lady didn't like me now. She said, "Yeah, I was at the hospital with my mom and she passed away." So I was like, "I'm sorry, my condolences, And I came across the street and started cooking breakfast: pancakes, scrambled eggs, cheese grits, bacon. And I wrapped it up in cellophane and I took it back across the street to her. And I was like, "Here, I know you hadn't eaten nothing." She was like, "Oh Lord, God bless you," and all that. And we've been friends ever since. Like, so sometimes you have to be the first one to make a step of kindness, and then
Well,
you
I
can get
did
them on
that.
your side.
Well, I did that. I mean, I never had ever spoke to the guy across the street because I never really seen him. His son, I've spoke to him before, but I mean, he don't own the house or nothing like that. But my neighbors on both sides, I tried to meet the person on the left side, and like, man, they was like, he was just looking me up and down, saying, he was just like, and I'm like, man, bro, what is wrong with these people? Like, and when I go
Yeah,
to take my trash out, man, they try to make sure they don't look my direction and everything, bro. Like, I'm trying to get the
like
hell
you're a
on, man.
disease over there, huh?
Sometimes there's nothing you can do. People
Yeah,
make
it's
up
nothing
their
I can do with these
opinion.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But I
Yeah,
just
mine
make
is.
sure I
can't
stay on
help
top of.
that.
Yeah,
I,
that's it's crazy. I got two neighbors in front of me because I kind of live in the back. And I went and greeted them as two women, an older lady, and I went and greeted her. She's very quiet, but so now she sees me, she'll wave since I broke that ice. And another lady, she has, I think, her grandkids. I see them in the yard all the time, and the dogs be going crazy when they see the ball and they playing with them. So I try to really stay affable with them people because I don't need them crazy calls. But I definitely know what you're talking about because when I was in the more in the city area, man, I had this one lady, nosy neighbor. She stayed complaining about the dogs barking, and that's why I told you I went to the barking collars. Like my dogs now, for a few years I've been using bark collars because I stayed in the area where the noise was just out of control. And now I start them off early. Like my dogs now, I don't care if I bring the food bowl out, nothing. Nobody making no noise. And anybody who get out of line, all I gotta do is say, "Hey," and they all shut up. My dogs, you won't even know I got dogs back there because I don't do the barking. I don't want none of that. I
yeah,
don't even play that right there. So
same thing with me. I just
yeah,
well, I don't have the collars, but my dog's pretty much like right now. You can't hear no dog. You know what I'm saying? When I
yeah,
just when I just got home before the show, the 5-month-old walking my pup, he done got his chain wrapped around like a tree stump, and he was back there crying. So I had to run out there and get that situated. I'm like, I wonder how long that been going on. But
I lost a dog like that, a
yeah. I
four
was
month
about to
old
say, yeah,
4 month old puppy, a 4 inch little fucking, like sticking out of the ground about 4 inches, a little sapling where I'd cut it off.
hmm,
His chain got wrapped around, wrapped around. It had one branch sticking up so it wouldn't slide off the top. And he fought that sumbitch all night. Never made a sound. Like never barked, never whined. And went out there the next day. That's how I found him. He was just dead, still wrapped up around that little stump. So now that was 20 something years ago, but now I make sure that there's nothing in the chain spots that they can get wrapped around. Like even twigs will get caught in that chain, and it'll
yep,
cause it to bind
yep,
up.
yep,
mhm,
yep.
yeah,
That happens to me
I try to
even now.
stay on top of like my goal is to get to a situation where I could just be a dog man all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like how they hear
Not have
about
to
like
worry about all this political, like politics and neighborhood politics, I should say.
yeah. I want to because
Yeah.
if I could just monitor my dogs all day, like that's why that's another reason I do content too. Because if I can make some money off of that, that'll be all I. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to. I mean, I love my bro. I love animals. Period. You know what I'm saying? I want to. My dream is to have acres on acres. Probably have me a horse. Give me some more chickens. Like the reason I don't have chickens now is because I just don't got the space. Like I got about an acre. It's about point 0.8 of an acre, and then my neighbors. It's like
I
Yeah,
so.
see.
you don't need to add
Yeah,
any gasoline
yeah.
to the
'Cause them,
fire, you know.
them chickens that have you had them folk at your house every other day, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they'd be crowing in the morning. They crow
Yeah.
at feeding time. Like the dogs are barking and the chickens are crowing because they know it's feeding time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild, man. It's definitely
If
it's
I
gonna
went to
come
the
though.
one making the most noise first, I'd be running all over this damn yard.
Who's the noise maker on your yard, Ernest?
Oh, Loco, man, Loco.
Loco, for real.
I call her. She's the needy bitch.
Yeah, that's
If
how
she
she
was a
is.
girl, if she was a
For real.
girl, she'd be the one calling. Where you at? What are you doing? When you gonna be home?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Casino, you see why she needy. Look at all that love you giving her. Shit, you spoiling her to death. She
I
don't
mean,
want
but yeah, probably what it is. But I do that with whenever I get a pup, man. I keep them in the house
yeah,
for like a couple weeks just
I
so
do
we
the
can get to
same
know each
thing.
other.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
I do the
Same
same
here.
thing.
Same here too, man. I hate it. Get to the point I hate when I got to put them back outside when I got to kind of acclimate them to outside because I done got used to them inside and shit. It's like, damn, it's time for you to go outside now. It's that time.
I
Mine
gotta
usually
make a
go
hard decision.
outside when I've cleaned up that final, like the when I clean up the pile of crap that breaks the camel's back. That's that last straw. That's when they go outside. I'm like, all right, you've been inside long enough. I'm tired of picking up shit.
Hmm.
Man, believe it or not, man, house training and all that. My wife usually handle that. My wife is good with that. You know, when you got a team and sometimes you got a partner, it's kind of cool. Like my wife handled the puppies and stuff like that. She just got that nurturing feel a little bit better than me. And
Man, it's awesome to have some help. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, my
she
girlfriend
gets
help out a lot. Yeah.
she gets down with it. I got to give her a props. She gets down
Yeah.
for that.
Shout out my girl. She be the camera person on a lot of my content too. So
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
shout out to her.
All
But
right,
yeah,
all right.
but
McNabb Films in the building.
yeah, man, I gotta make a hard decision, and it's all because of where I live, bro. Like I'm finna have to just go ahead and get rid of my bullies. The one pet that I got, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to give him. I'm gonna give him to somebody, man. Cause
Is he
man,
intact? Is he intact?
what you mean?
Like he still has his. Can he reproduce? I'm saying he's not
Oh
neutered.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he definitely can do it. He's 3 years old. He is athletic. Like he built like a pit bull because he eat the same thing they eat. I mean, I've had him in a chain spot and everything. like,
got you.
but it's just man, he don't really man. I don't want to do it, but it's like man, where I live, bro. I just if it ain't part of the real program, then it's like man, I got to make some
Indeed,
hard. I got to make some
indeed,
hard decisions, bro. Like
indeed,
yeah,
indeed.
Well, hey man, I hate to cut it short early, but it's getting dark and I still got to feed and all
Same
that.
here, man.
So
Same here.
I do
Same here.
too, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, Walmart. Definitely, man, because I know I reached out to you. I reached out at you until you were a little late, and you still was able to
man, you
come
my
on.
boy, bro. I can't leave you hanging.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. And Casino Life, man. I definitely appreciate you coming on. And
I
we're gonna be
appreciate you
linking
having me.
real soon, man. And I can't wait till the 29th, brother. I
Oh
I'll
can't
yeah,
show
wait.
it's
you.
going
I'll
down.
show you Banger real quick. I don't know if you can see him. I'm gonna try
Let me
to
see him. Let me see him.
see him.
Look at him. Look at him. He
He
looks
looking
good,
good.
man. He looks really
How old
good.
is he?
He's about 6 months.
Okay, yeah, I can tell you a pup like by how he moving his feet. Like
Yeah, yeah. He looks good too. If
he
you
look
see him
real
in
good.
person too, Casino, he got it. He got nice structure, great
That's
attitude.
the noise maker over there, Miss Loco.
I like those houses you got too, like the
He
TP.
built those Casino.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
he
got the
built them.
plans, man. If you
Yeah,
want the plans, I'll send them to you. I made a bunch of copies. People wanted me
okay,
to build them some, but I just stay too busy, so I just started giving away the plans.
okay. I think I might got you on social media, but if I don't, I'm gonna definitely get yours. You got like
Yeah, you can hit me up on Facebook on Messenger,
what is it? Warm out.
Warmouth Kennels,
Okay,
and
okay.
you hit me up, and I can like send you a picture, and then you can take that picture, send it to your email, and then from your email you can print it out.
All right, that's a bit.
All right, bro.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, E, appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate you all
God
the
bless
time,
you
man.
guys.
So
Salute to
I'm
Indeed.
gonna go
y'all,
ahead.
and
I'm gonna go ahead and handle my yard duties too, bro.
Indeed,
much
indeed. I appreciate y'all coming on, and we definitely a link soon. And again, if y'all want to give y'all social media information out to those who may be listening and viewing, do so. Feel free to do so at this time.
and much
You wanna
love to
go first?
everybody into these bulldogs that ain't prejudiced or against these bulldogs because extinction is forever.
Indeed.
Yeah. And my social media is Casino Life Prayers on YouTube and on TikTok. On Facebook, my name is Sino McNabb. That's Sino McNabb. It'll be a blue check on there on Facebook, and then um on Instagram is Brickhouse Performance.
All right.
All
Hey,
right.
I'm gonna let you guys go
All right,
and
man.
Yes,
salute,
sir.
man. Hey, pleasure meeting you,
Salute.
Casino.
Nice to meet you too, brother. And
All
Salute.
right,
good
bro.
Talk to
talking
you.
with you, Vad. Appreciate you
All
having
right,
me, man.
man. Likewise, my brother. Talk to you soon.
All right.
extend this right here, make this a bit bigger. Hold on, y'all. So there you have it. That was a pretty good discussion. It was good that my man Mr. McNabb of Casino Life was able to join us. Also, Ernest of Warmouth Kennels. Shout out to ATL Backyard. That was one of my original guests. But I'll be bringing him on later on for another episode. Good brother. And to all those who joined us on this live, I appreciate you. I want to give a shout out to Bloodthirst, aka Havoc 360. Shout out to RBG Lone Wolf. Shout out to Dickie Foster. Shout out to Hemi Jones. I'm sorry, Hemi James. I see you, big dog. I see you a lot of times in different chats. Shout out to William Torres and to anybody else I may have missed. I appreciate you just joining in and just riding out with us for a moment. This whole chat thing for Vad Kennels is new, but like I told you in one of my previous episodes, that I'm gonna start doing this a bit more, staying a bit more consistent. But I am a dog man at the same time, so that requires me to be in the yard with my dogs, and I don't have time to be videoing all the time. But when when I'm allotted that moment, I will do so. So I appreciate you all again. Um, I'm just in love with these dogs, like anybody else is in love with their dogs, and like we are in love with our dogs. So I just want to leave you with this: be safe, compliant with the laws in your particular county, state, city. Stay steadfast, stay 10 toes down on your dogs, with your dogs. But most of all, make sure that the environment that your dogs are in is also parasitically free, is clean, and is one that you can actually look at and say, yeah, my yard looks good. If you can't say that, then you got some work to do. With that being said, appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.